Your fear is destroying your self-esteem. And whether you have a major phobia or anxiety or trauma in the past, it's truly destroying your self-esteem. I'll give you an example of how this works. You look at the definition of self-esteem. It's to have confidence in your own worth or ability. And every time you see other people doing things that you can't do, it destroys and eats away at your self-esteem. And I know this personally. I'll tell you quickly my story, not to waste a lot of your time. When I was younger, I got married. My wife and I, we have a baby. Later on, she tells me it's not mine. Talk about destroying your self-esteem and all your ego. And then in a time frame of all this, my grandfather and stepfather died of cancer. My uncle was killed in a plane crash. I had a $100,000 a year business as a teenager, lost all that. Then I got a phone call from my mother to let me know my father had just been shot point blank in his chest. And all this happened to me by the time I was 21 years of age, and then I was born and raised in a cult. I left that cult, and when you leave that cult, your so-called friends and family are programmed to shun you for the rest of your life, and the ripple effects of that goes for years. Trust me, I understand when you have major trauma in your past or a major phobia, it destroys your self-esteem. But the challenge is, what are you going to do about it? And where it even gets worse is when you go to a friend and try to get help, or maybe you've been to therapists for years, and a lot of people I work with, celebrities, athletes, they've been to therapy for years and then still nothing happens. And then that really makes you think, wow, there must be something really wrong with me. What does that do to our self-esteem? Again, it starts to deteriorate it more and more and more. And unfortunately, in time, it does not get better, it gets worse. And when you go to a friend for some help or support, you hear things like, just move on. It's not that bad. It's all in your head. And you're thinking, okay, well, maybe that's true. Now, how do I move on? How do I get it out of my head? And if we don't have the tools and the strategies to do that, again, we start thinking, well, number one, I can't go to anybody because nobody understands. And then when I try to go to somebody, I hear this bullcrap about moving on. It's all in your head. Just push through it. It's a lot easier said than done. And I know for a fact that I can help you get through these major challenges because I've been through some massive challenges in my life. And the reason I shared my story with you is because I want you to know, if you decide to spend more time with me, that you're working with a person or learning from somebody who has experienced similar pains and tragedies. And more than anything, no matter what you're experiencing or what I'm experiencing or have experienced, even though they may not be the same, the pain is definitely the same. It's debilitating. So remember, if you don't control this and change this, the fear, the phobia, the anxiety, the trauma of your past, these negative emotions and feelings, it will continue to destroy your self-esteem. My question to you is, how much longer do you want to live like this? It's not fun. It's not healthy. It's time to get it over. So I'm encouraging you and inviting you to click the link that you see by this video, spend some time, be curious, just a little bit of curiosity. Can this guy really do the things that maybe you've heard me say that I can do, or other people talk about what I'm able to do? I believe I can make a massive change in your life. Click that link now, and I look forward to getting to know a little bit more about you.